So my name is Afton Barrett. I'm 23 years old and I actually just moved up to an assistant kitchen manager position, which is really exciting.
My title currently is operating partner, and I first got into the industry when I was 14 years old.
At the age of 12, I had to raise my two younger siblings, so I started to teach myself how to cook. So that's how I originally actually got into genuinely cooking, was I was trying to feed me and my siblings something more than just frozen food. I just started with things that I could make, even if it was out of a box, and then eventually I just continued to teach myself. And then at the age of 13, I got my first job in a kitchen. I like being in that leadership position, and I really like the fact that I am somebody that people can come to and ask questions, and I'll never make them feel belittled or small.
You might have, my brain doesn't work till coffee comes. Servers will be lazy. They're not doing it the right way. I have a standard, and if you don't meet it, I'm not gonna change for you. You're gonna change for me. I tell everybody, my job is to be a fireman. My job is to put out and prevent fires. And you hope that you catch problems before they're problems. Our job is to make perfect food as fast as we fucking can. Over and over and over and over again, while people out front, all they do is want it faster.
I think because it's such a male-dominated field, the nurture part is just out, and it's just excellence, 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 and it's numbers, and it's just aggression, and don't be a little bitch. I need you doing this. I need it being faster. I need it cleaner. I need this, and it's just, everything is just so fast-paced and just such a task. What happened to just making food and loving making food? At home, it's I get to taste everything, I get to be comfortable, and I don't feel rushed or anything. And sometimes I'll watch a whole movie in the process of making one meal for just myself. I don't know, I just enjoy the process. Cooking at home like this lets me re-romanticize and just re-fall in love with cooking outside of the work atmosphere, because I think sometimes work will tear you down and make you not want to do this anymore.
I've watched the restaurant destroy all kinds of people because you let it consume you. Because of the stress level that we have to take on all the time, that's where the abuse comes from. There is nothing like getting your ass kicked all day long, and then you go home and you get hammered in 30 minutes and you forget absolutely everything that even hurt your day. Because you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna do it again.
When you're on nothing but doubles for 3 days straight, and you don't know when the sun came up or when the sun went down, and you don't know what you're gonna walk out to, you've just been staring at the same board, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you have somebody yelling at you, telling you to do it faster, it pushes you to be I just wanna go home, I wanna smoke, or I wanna drink, or I wanna do something that's going to be able to set me aside and be able to let go of those things. We recently lost somebody in the kitchen because he ended up having to close a couple days in a row, and he had gotten there so early in the day and he had no idea he was gonna close. After the third day, was so burnt out and so tired that he went home and he drank, and he was sober. So many things could be better in the restaurant industry with just communication and people who just pay attention to their staff. The type of people who are in the service industry are usually the type of people who kind of are coming out of jail or coming out of bad situations. I mean, the service industry is not for the weak.
This industry definitely calls it degenerates. The problem with that too is like the people that aren't the degenerates that enter this world, unfortunately you get sucked into it. This family is probably one of the most important things in the entire world. Because they deserve all of it.
Why do you care so much for?
Because I am a degenerate.
This is what I do. Start coffee.
So when I was a kid, I was, just a jackass of a human, invincible, and got myself into trouble. I used to steal cars and do all kinds of stuff like that.
It was one of those good mornings where nobody's like sick or dead or something.
5 days after I turned 18 years old, I got in trouble for stealing cars again, and they sent me to prison.
Do you cook much, like when
Here?
you're home? Yeah.
Yeah, usually simple stuff though. At that time, I found out my oldest was going to be born, and just made a decision while I was in there to get my GED.
Are you alive? What time are you being?
If I wasn't going to start changing then, was I ever going to make that decision? Stay clean, didn't have any violations of any variety on parole, because I wanted to make sure my son had a dad. And then this continued into restaurants.
The best advice I can say is choose to be happy, because that industry is going to eat you alive, and if you allow it to consume you, it will consume you. Find the things that make it worth it, and the people make it worth it for me, and my coworkers make it worth it for me.
So pretty.
God, fire everything.
Fire everything we've got, Chef.
The people that I like to be around are restaurant people, because they're the most loyal, even if they're drug addicts or alcoholics. Or when you find the people that are like you, and you can truly tell them who you are, I don't know what you'd want more than that.